So like with this, we can then go, okay, right, well, we know that, I mean, this is, like say, all the equations from like that breaking 2, but we know that, okay, there's approximately this amount of glycogen stored in muscle, liver, and then you can ingest a certain amount. That's your supply. So actually, you know, if that's the pace that you're going to run at, you know, then we then know that, okay, well, you're getting a certain percentage from muscle and liver. So the way I wrote this out was to say, okay, well, if we know that the upper limit of intake is 90 grams, then we know that if you're running at this pace and this is your weight and this is your O2 uptake, that, you know, you're going to use about that much of your muscle and liver supply. And obviously, if that goes negative, then we've got a problem. We've got a problem in terms of you know, CHO supply.
What's your test today?
Today we are going to swim the course. We're going to do just like we would in the race, and then towel off, get out, and weigh in immediately because I'll have consumed nothing in that time, and that'll give us a real good estimation of the cost of the swim in the ocean at race pace, which is, if you're doing your due diligence, that's probably one area where we don't even really think about, is the fact that you may or may not lose fluid in the water. And so that'll be an interesting thing to see, because I never really have ever tested before and after a swim to see if I gained or lost weight. So that'll be interesting to see. And then the blood lactate will be really interesting to see as well, because in swimming, I have no idea. It seems like I'm working really hard, so the blood lactate will, I guess, give us an indication of that. And then as well, I'll have heart rate on too, which will give us an indication.
So we can cross-reference that lactate with the heart rate, and then test the lactate and the heart rate in the pool, and then, you know, see, okay, right, well, when Lionel's at this heart rate, this amount of lactate is a reasonable amount to be at, and this amount is not a reasonable amount to be at in the race.
That's interesting stuff.
What is it?
74.45. I'm a little dehydrated today from yesterday.
What's the schedule of events here?
So he's just warming up now. He's already done his weigh-in, so we know, like much like the race, you know, they'll get a chance to warm up, but they don't get a chance to drink anything after that. So from our point of view, he's weighed in now, and then what'll happen once he finishes his warm up, go his heart rate up a little bit. Then I'm going to take a lactate just to see where his lactate is at.
Ready to go?
Yeah, just like in the race, we'll wait around for a few minutes while Mike Riley's getting us all set on the start line. All the surfboarders are doing their little zigzag thing. And then we'll get started. But first, we'll find out what our blood lactate is after warming up.
2.
2?
Yeah.
Higher than riding bikes.
Yeah. And then he's going to head out. He's going to do 13 minutes out, 13 minutes back. He's going to work off a fixed heart rate. He'll take a few beats. And after that first in and out, we'll check lactate again. Then he'll do second in and out, so that's 2 lots of 26 minutes, roughly speaking. Take a third, and then we'll take a third lactate, and he'll get out, towel off, and we'll weigh again. And from that, we'll be able to look at fluid loss.
was the first out and back?
Not too bad. It's a little slower on the way back. Good? Yeah. So I'll start going out there and then you guys will catch me.
There you go.
I don't know.
Do you have to pee at all?
I peed 4 times. Yeah. So I figure I can pee in something and maybe measure it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can pee in a bag.
And then multiply it by 4.
Yeah. Based on what you think.
Yeah. It's the best I can do. I can't hold it. It's like a excruciating need to pee. That's why I'm curious to weigh in.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm just absorbing the water. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that would be
1.7.
biologically impossible. Yeah, same as what you were on the first time.
You are. Yeah.
Almost 1 kilogram.
Yeah.
Almost 1 kilogram. Oh yeah, 50. Right, almost bang on 52. Like a little over 52 because that first time we went out, I didn't realize how much slower it was going to be on the way back. It was 1.5 minutes slower on the way back.
What was about your average heart rate?
Well, on the way out, my heart rate was like 120, and on the way back, my heart rate was 110 at the same effort.
And on both laps? Roughly.
No, 120 on the lap 1 and 110 on the lap 2.
Okay.
There's no way I could get to 120. What do you think about that? Can't even remotely, it's like just fatigue, or it's like I can't keep it up.
Yeah. That would be. That would be just your efficiency in the water is breaking down more and more.
But wouldn't you think my heart rate would be going up?
Well, no, because you wouldn't be able to drive it up beyond your capacity to produce force.
It's interesting. I mean, that's an interesting observation there. I've been thinking that now that I've been seeing the heart rate, it definitely can't sustain heart rate in the water very well.
Why, it goes down?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, would it just
Because
be you getting comfortable
you
at a
either get
pace?
fatigued, so you can't produce the power or the pattern of power in your stroke. So you physically can't produce that. So the demand for oxygen reduces. Or you continue to apply the same amount of force, but you lose efficiency with your stroke, so your stroke breaks down. So again, oxygen demand reduces because there's less total amount of force produced. You're still producing the same peak force, but the actual total force produced lowers.
Well, there's something to be thought about there.
Yeah, for sure.
You have any final thoughts?
Well, I lost quite a bit of weight in the water. That's kind of interesting. Probably because I'm peeing like 18,000 times. But, you know, what's causing the peeing in the water? What do you think's causing the need to go pee?
Cold. So you know, you always well, you don't ride outside, but if you ride outside a lot and it gets cold, you need to pee.
There you go. I don't know if that's the case though, because I pee like 100 times when I'm swimming too. So in like 85-degree water in the pool.
So how often do you pee?
In the pool, never.
No,
not
race
me.
day in Kona.
Oh, I'm assuming the exact same. It's kind of interesting. Where's that fluid loss coming from? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something to be accounted for? It has to be accounted for in some way. Interesting stuff. Questions are coming up that need to be answered.